adventure hunting yellowtail on California's San Clemente Island continues. And not only are we encountering breathtaking beauty, yellowtail are now showing up in numbers.
When you shoot one, especially if you don't get a good shot, you're in for the battle of your life.
And Skip Helen is the first to boat a fish.
All right, finally scored. Chocolate up for the raptor. All right.
Skip, awesome!
Right on!
Woohoo!
Yahoo!
Beautiful fish. That's a yellowtail. So what's the story?
Well, it's a bit of a struggle. I had 10 sightings before I finally got a shot.
Really?
And that fish was a good one as a keeper, so...
So you saw ones before, but they were spooky, they didn't give you a shot?
I had 10 different sightings of some really big ones, too. But this one here is a good one.
Yeah, no, it's a beauty.
It's a good one to get started with. It's your turn now.
It's a beauty. All right, yeah, we were in the kelp looking to see if we saw any white sea bass. We should have been out in the edge with you. I'm going in now. Cool.
Right on.
Very cool. Ah, it's a beauty.
Pumped up with the first fish of the day, Mel Mitchell drops down to try his luck and is immediately greeted by a sea lion. Beautiful swimmers, they love to buzz divers and generally clown around, but they don't do much for the spearfishing odds and will steal any speared fish they can get to first. A second sea lion shows up. It's hard not to appreciate their acrobatic stunts. But Mel is probably hoping for a break from all of this attention. Sherry is using the concealment of the kelp forest to move within spear range. But as she cruises the bottom, she spots an unsettling apparition. A large shark, over 7 feet long, is weaving through the kelp, on the hunt as well. She spots another, and yet another. There must be a dozen sharks hunting this patch of kelp. But Sherry need not fear for her safety. These are soup-fin sharks, and they are only interested in fish. But what a thrilling encounter. Soup-fin sharks were once almost wiped out by gill netters that are now banned from operating in these waters. It appears they've made quite a comeback and are now part of a healthy kelp forest ecosystem.
Beautiful in here. Big soup fin sharks, seal, lots of life. It's gorgeous. This is really, really pretty. It's amazing how much life is within the kelp forest here. We were just treated to a really unbelievable experience in the water. There were like 7 or 8 big soup fin sharks swimming all around. When I went down and one first came up to me, it was a little bit intimidating. I wasn't expecting that. They look like a scary kind of shark, like maybe like our reef sharks or like a mako even, but they're totally harmless. They've never been known to attack a human, although I have heard they've taken a fish or two, but it was just an amazing display. You could swim right up to them. They would come up to you. I think once they realize what you are, they kind of spook and go the other way, but that was amazing, beautiful.
When we come back, it's Mel Mitchell's turn to land a fat yellowtail.
Oh man, that was awesome. I picked one off and he pulled me through the water for about 30 yards. He was drawing so much tension on the line that I was having trouble doing it.
I started diving when I was 11 years old. My parents moved to Eleuthera in the Bahamas, and I had the good fortune to spend every summer in the water. I won a bingo game where I got 20 bucks and I bought mast fins and snorkel, and I jumped in and found a whole nother world. I started spearfishing, grouper, hogfish, and catching lobsters, and I loved it. I spent every day in the water after that during the summers. But to this day, I love going in the ocean. When I'm not spearing fish, I still love the beauty of the ocean. Being in the solitude and the beauty of nature is the real joy. When I spear a fish and I'm successful at my game hunting, it's just icing on the cake. Everything else is worth doing just in and of itself. We spend so much time underwater hunting fish. You'll see the video of the fish, but you won't see the hours and hours spent underwater without seeing fish. And all of that time spent is joy for me because I'm alone in this world exploring. I've been fascinated ever since. I've still not gotten bored after 40 years of diving, and I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world.
This is perfect spot right here. We've already seen 2 yellowtails. It's only a matter of time before more come along.
Mel and Sherry Day continue to scan the water for signs of yellowtail. Suddenly, Mel bolts after something only he can see. He fires and pinwheels a large yellowtail. The fish goes bonkers, putting up a huge fight and towing Mel through the water at a good clip. Mel finally decides he needs to come up for air. At the surface, Mel takes up some of the slack. But this is a large, powerful fish and is not about to give up without a fight. But even a fish this size cannot overcome the right gear and years of experience. Soon, Mel is shouting underwater with his prize.
Oh man, that was awesome. The school came by. I picked one off closest to me and shot him. He took off and he pulled me through the water for about 30 yards. I eventually got it done though and pulled him up. Here he is. Woo-hoo!
Oh man, this was awesome.
Excellent! Really awesome.
You got it?
Yep.
I was swimming over there out in front of the boat, and about 10 of them came by about 15 feet below the surface. They were all that big. Very exciting, really makes our day.
Oh, it does. This is a beauty. Woohoo! Great job, Mel.
Thanks, Jerry.
This is what California diving is all about. Got some beautiful kelp and some beautiful fish. Well, it ended up a beautiful day. We worked really hard though. We searched and searched all day long. I give these California guys a lot of credit. It's not easy. At the very end of the day, they pulled out 2 gorgeous yellowtails, showed us what California diving is all about. Thank you, Skip. Thank you, Mel. It was a great day.
Thanks, Jerry. Thank you, Skip. If it wasn't for Skip, we wouldn't have these fish. We were coming to pick them up and leave, and he said, yellowtail every 10 minutes. So we jump back in the water, and here we are. Put him in the boat. Yep.